Keeper who believed in those flashy jumpers. I'm sure you remember Mexico City. Josimar, that attacking fullback. Brown, César and Servín from Mexico in the back four. Midfield, Nunes from Paraguay. And then Falcao, Brazil, who played so well in the '82 World Cup, and Alemao in there. And up front, Cabañas from Paraguay. Remember, he was supposed to be the danger man before England played the Paraguayans. Maradona, who needs no introduction, and Negrete, scorer of that tremendous goal that we saw in our opening titles. That's the Americas lineup then. And moving to the rest of the world, big Pat Jennings, 41 years of age, in goal, and the skipper, Amoros from France, who was so impressive. Stielike now playing his football, in fact, in Switzerland. And Terry Butcher, good to see him there at the heart of the defence. Still not sure where he's going to be playing next season, whether it's going to be in England or in Scotland. And Renquin from Belgium. Little Gordon Strachan in midfield. Magath and Lerby, who is now playing with Monaco in the south of France. And up front, Rocheteau. Rossi, who of course didn't play for Italy in the World Cup. He might have a point to... It's Brian Moore.
Yes, a very good afternoon to you. You join us, in fact, very high in this Pasadena Stadium. I think if it were any higher, we would need parachutes and oxygen, but that's my problem at the moment. We are being treated to the United States anthem.
Whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight of the ramparts we watch were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare the bumpers seen in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave? Oh, the land and of the free, and the
Well, we are running just a little late on this day of celebration here for FIFA and for UNICEF. We had a moving and an amusing speech by Danny Kaye, the great ambassador for UNICEF, and things always seem to take a little longer than the Americans believe they will. There was a long speech from Harry Cavan, but here we have the teams coming up now. Pat Jennings, who thought he'd retired and then got a call early in the week and was delighted to come. I know Jim has already given you the teams, but it is just another rundown for the 70-odd countries who are taking this right around the world. It's a very good, strong-looking rest of the world side, and I'm interested, and I totally agree with what Ron Atkinson says. I think there'll be so much pride at stake out there, although it's obviously a gala afternoon and one of celebration, where there are players who will really be wanting to show just what they can do on the big stage. Conti, though, will not be here, the number 7. But Herman Dasayev, Park from South Korea, and Tamumi of Morocco will be. The temperature reaching towards the 80s. And really, as you can see, it's a beautiful sight here with a really big crowd. And a good selection of Argentines and Brazilians. Pumpido, who played, in fact, in a cup final in Argentina just a couple of days ago for his club River Plate and won it. Josimar, we remember, of course, for some stunning goals. One, of course, which he put past Pat Jennings, and Pat will be hoping that that doesn't happen again here in Pasadena this afternoon. The midfield, including a very dignified and splendid character, Falcao, and up front, Maradona, who only arrived here in Los Angeles at 11:30 last night from a holiday in Tahiti. As you can see, the crowd is really a very good one when you consider the distractions that there are in Los Angeles around this time. Malibu Beach is not so far away. There's the traditional Sunday brunch. And I would imagine people had to be prized away from their swimming pools. The Los Angeles Dodgers are playing in Chicago at this very moment, live on TV. But for all that, a really good crowd has turned out here in the Rose Bowl, this great old stadium built in the 1920s. And there's the man so many of them have come to see, the one and only Diego Maradona. He arrived in the hotel last night, and I noticed at the ground again when I saw him arrive about an hour ago. It must have been with 5 or 6 bodyguards and minders, and you have the feeling that Arthur Daly's got nothing on him. Tremendous guy, and they say, incidentally, that since the World Cup final, his club Naples have been selling up to 5,000 season tickets every day. That's drawing power for you. The Americas will be playing in a white strip, with the rest of the world in an all-blue strip. The world's greatest player, they call him, and nobody would argue with that. Being treated again to some of those brilliant skills that we've come to know so well. And I was saying to Pat Jennings last night, I think he may get a little more space and the tackling won't be quite so fierce, and you get the feeling that he's going to turn it on and everybody will enjoy that. Not me, said Pat. Familiar sights of Diego Maradona. Well, there is Pat, the oldest player in the 1986 World Cup, 41 years old now. Well, around Tottenham and around Arsenal and around Belfast, they're the skills we've all come to know and respect. He's such an amiable giant, and he's made so many friends here in Los Angeles. There's the man who kept goal in the 1986 World Cup final for Argentina, the former farm boy, Pumpido. And it looks as though it'll be the Americas who will be kicking off. The referee today is David Socha from the United States, 48 years old, who in fact refereed the inaugural UNICEF FIFA game back in New Jersey in 1982. Cabañas, the number 7, who's on the ball at the moment, along with Maradona. And as Jim Rosenthal was telling you, they are guaranteed $250,000 to the Mexico earthquake appeal, aimed primarily, of course, to help children. They reckon, incidentally, there are still 300,000 people living in government refugee centers in Mexico City. 36,000 of them are children under the age of 6. So if football can do just a little to help their plight here in beautiful, sunny South California today, well, that will be something. A lot of hearts were beating amongst the FIFA and UNICEF officials over the last couple of days, because Maradona, first he was coming on Friday, and then he was coming on Saturday morning, and then Saturday afternoon. And in the end, as I say, it was 11:30 last night. And away we go. The Americas then attacking the goal to our right. And we have a moment's silence now in respect and tribute to Sir Stanley Rouse, who died last week at the age of 91, the former president of FIFA and football's greatest ever statesman. Well, Sir Stanley, as we all know, breathed football life into all corners of the world, and I suppose in many ways it's fitting that we should be paying tribute to him in one of the outposts here in Pasadena this afternoon. Well, away we go now in earnest. Maradona. This is Josimar. to Alemao. Brazilian combination here. Alemao, who started in all 5 of Brazil's World Cup games. This is Falcao. Gone back to play his football in Brazil, having played in Roma. Josimar again, and now Maradona. Stielike. Didn't play, of course, in the last World Cup for West Germany. Number 14 was Renquin, and the first touch now for little Gordon Strachan. Magath. All that's cut out there by the Americas. Magath picking it up again. Lerby, and now Terry Butcher. So much transfer speculation about Terry Butcher. And the rest of the world again trying to get in behind the Americas' defence. Magath again was in there, but in the end it's Alemao showing some good skill on the ball there. Getting it back again. Got Cabañas up in very close support. Now Roberto, Falcao, César, Josimar, Brazilian trio there. Alemao making it the quartet. Good skills there. Cabañas and Butcher getting it back for the first touch for Patrick. Terry Butcher, in fact, with that transfer speculation, is looking more as though Glasgow Rangers are becoming the favourites. Graham Souness, their new manager, has spoken to him on the phone here and plans to meet Terry when he gets back into Britain. And Terry himself understands that the clubs have agreed the fee, which he's not sure what it is, but it's thought to be around the £750,000. Well, Maradona's on his way. Lerby trying to stop him. Cabañas now with a shot, and Jennings saving well. Stielike. Maradona looking as though he could again, as he was in Mexico, be the maker of goals as well as a scorer. This is Falcao. Cabañas trying to get in. Stielike there first. Well versed in being the last man in defence, Uli Stielike. Now playing in Switzerland. This is Lerby. Given away to Falcao. Cabañas again. There's the little man flicking out that left foot. Free kick. Foul by Strachan on the Mexican Negrete. Maradona's made the little break, but he was denied by Renquin, the Belgian defender. Quite a story about Renquin. In fact, he was on holiday in Tunisia, called up as a late substitute. But cut his holiday short, went to Brussels, went to London, missed his flight there, couldn't get one to Los Angeles, went to New York. I'll tell you the rest of a harrowing story in a moment. Couldn't land in New York because it was fog-bound, had to go to Chicago, eventually arrived here in Los Angeles at 3 o'clock this morning. So if Michel Renquin is not quite at his best, there's the answer. But Strachan looked in good form there. And I must say, the instant feeling you get is that nobody's hanging around. It's being played with pace and a good deal of commitment as well, as Maradona sets it up for Falcao. Falcao getting it back again, and here's Josimar. Typical run there by the Brazilian. And a really good, swift challenge that concedes the corner from Amoros, the Frenchman playing today at left back, but playing so well in the World Cup at right back for France. So the corner being taken by Negrete, a flick on by Maradona. Lerby was up there. And now Rocheteau, another late arrival. He didn't get here until late last night. But FIFA's so delighted with the way some of these players have really put themselves out to come and support UNICEF, and very disappointed indeed with some of the major clubs like Real Madrid, Barcelona and Juventus, who would not release their players. Well, here we come again. Rocheteau with the cross in, and a header there by Belanov, the little Russian. And a goal kick. He arrived with Dassaev and the inevitable interpreter, who I noticed has been just about everywhere with them. Josimar. Falcao. So 6 minutes gone if you're just joining us in this FIFA UNICEF game played in Pasadena in South California. 0-0 between the rest of the world playing in blue and the Americas playing in white. Falcao. Here's Josimar. Alemao. Don't want to confuse you on a confusing afternoon. I gather you've got the names of some American commentators on your screens. Delighted to say it's Brian Moore talking to you, and having enjoyed a little bit of Californian sunshine, why not? Here's Strachan, who's really enjoyed it. Belanov coming in. Strachan again. But there was a foul there which mystifies me as much as it does the little Scot. And the Americans get a free kick. Falcao. Playing it back from Nunes. Here's Maradona. And a corner needlessly given away there by Michel Renquin. For once, Maradona's touch was out and the ball would have gone across for the goal kick. So Negrete, the little Mexican, with it again, floated in, and Stielike getting in the way for the rest of the world. Playing it towards Paolo Rossi. Got a great cheer from the Italians in the stadium here, although he's had a pretty bad time of it, Rossi, as we know. Maradona. Cabañas, but he couldn't reach Falcao with it. Amoros trying to come away. He in turn beaten by Alemao. Cabañas. Josimar. Back by Nunes. Maradona. The left foot shot falling for Falcao. Goal kick. Servín, the Mexican. On the ball now is Stielike, the West German. Soren Lerby. Stielike. Rossi. Amoros. Stielike again, trying to play it in towards Belanov. Pumpido is there. Josimar to Alemao. César, who soon starts a new career in French football in the First Division club at Brest. José Luis Brown. César again. Alemao. Negrete. Now Renquin. Strachan. Rossi with that famous number 20 on his shirt. Top scorer, of course, wearing the number 20 in the 1982 World Cup, but nothing much has gone right for Paolo Rossi since. Scored only 2 goals for Milan last season in the league, and didn't even get on the substitutes bench in the Italian World Cup squad in Mexico. Here's Falcao again. César. Negrete. Alemao. Nunes from Paraguay, who played against England in that last 16 game. Big patch there. Rocheteau. Stadium looking quite full on both sides, not so much behind the goals. It does hold over 106,000 all seated. Some 15 miles outside Los Angeles, down the freeway. Good break by Felix Magath. The feelings of a good competitive game, and as Franz Beckenbauer, who's the team manager of the European side, the rest of the world side rather, was saying, it really is a chance for footballers to show the whole world the beauty of the game. Now Lerby. It's a poor ball there, quite easily cut out by Falcao. The break is on for him. Now Maradona. Butcher. Amoros plays for Monaco. Renquin. Little break by Magath. Jose Luis Brown, who scored the first goal for Argentina in that World Cup final, finding Falcao. They haven't been able to put Maradona free, but here's Maradona on the ball at the moment. Stielike making a good interception, finding Rossi. A lot of space away on the left there for Rocheteau, and Bellinov is waiting in the middle. And it was cut out well by Julio César. And then the flag had stayed down, but the whistle had gone, although Rossi had put it into the net. Bellinov may be offside. He's the fellow who scored 3 splendid goals for Russia in that memorable game against Belgium, only to finish on the losing side. An offside decision. With a quarter of an hour of this game gone here, it's still the rest of the world 0, the Americas 0. The rest of the world in blue, the Americas in the white strip. This is Alemao of Brazil, Nunes of Paraguay, Negrete of Mexico, Alemao again. Misunderstanding, and Lerby open it up now for the rest of the world. Gets it through to Bellinov, who's got a lot of pace about him, and the flag has stayed down, but Pumpido will get there before Rossi. And the linesman flagged there, presumably for a handball. Outside the box, maybe, Pumpido. And so a chance now for the rest of the world with Gordon Strachan of Scotland. Able maybe to float one to the big men who've come in. There's the little floater, and it's got in there. Well, look who scored. Terry Butcher puts the rest of the world into the lead. Well, a goal that was certainly fashioned in Britain with Gordon Strachan's little cross and big Terry Butcher getting there with a header, putting it past Pumpido, 1-0. Now, Nunes. Negrete. Well, he had a call at something like 8 o'clock on Tuesday morning while he was having his breakfast. Would he like to come to the other side of the world and play? I'd be honoured, said Terry Butcher. And at this moment, he must feel that journey is well worth having been made. Negrete now for the Americans. Roberto Falcao. First real break that the rest of the world had had. Now the Americans will be looking for Diego Maradona to suddenly put that one right. Well, they've got a free kick. And Servín of Mexico on the far side. Maradona. Free kick given. Challenged by Renquin. So Maradona with the free kick. Amoros with a header. Rossi. Rocheteau. Rocheteau again. Good play by him, finding Rossi. And now Amoros. To the goal scorer, Terry Butcher. Rossi to Amoros. To Lerby. To Amoros again. Some good combination there by the rest of the world coming forward. Little Strachan now, taking it up again. Cheeky little flick. And they get it back to Pumpido. Players, incidentally, getting no fee whatsoever for playing here. They get nothing at all, just the honour of playing and a watch at the end of it they get. They get an air ticket, obviously. They get a hotel room and meals. They even have to pay for their phone calls home and their laundry and so on. Just the memory of a splendid afternoon where they're doing a lot for other people who are less fortunate. And as I say, a gold watch at the end of it. Maradona. Jose Luis Brown. Nunes. Servín. Played in to Maradona. He's offside. The flag was up. Strachan to Stielike. Lerby. Rocheteau. Amoros. Good work again there by Lerby, but he shoved himself into the back of Julio César. It'll be a free kick. Rossi's little ball played in. To think that Lerby has had his football life pretty well worked out. The Dane who played a lot of his time in the lovely city of Amsterdam with Ajax and then moved to the glorious city of Munich. He's now just got himself an apartment and a contract, probably to finish off his career in Monaco. Alemao to Maradona. Played in once more towards Falcao. Jennings and it'll be a goal. I can't tell you how much good PR that Pat Jennings has been doing here since he arrived on Thursday. Countless interviews for radio and for newspapers. And as we all know well, an amiable giant who always makes himself available to anybody if he can be a bit of help. Here's Amoros. Such a success for France in the last World Cup. Flicked on by Rossi, but it's no good. César. Alemao. Nunes. Servín. Nunes again. Maradona. Falcao. Maradona. We've seen little of Maradona so far, and maybe the business of arriving so late last night, had no chance of any training with any of his teammates over the last couple of days. Maybe that's taken his toll on a talent even as great as his. And they might be dangerous words. The little touch that time by Cabañas. Here's Negrete. Maradona now. Little flick in once more towards Falcao, coming forward more and more. Cabañas. Negrete shot charged down by Lerby. Negrete again. This time for Josimar. They're keeping the pressure up now. Looking for that equalising goal. And Amoros is giving the Brazilian no room at all. Alemao. And it comes off Strachan to Stielike. He's trying to push Rocheteau forward. Magath. Magath, who like Pat Jennings, really officially had retired from the game and has now taken over as general manager at Hamburg. Maradona. Magath just getting the boot in there. Plenty of lovely skills out there, with the rest of the world leading by a goal to nil if you just joined us, with about 23 minutes gone. Leading the Americas by a goal to nil, a header from Terry Butcher of England. Maradona now. Negrete trying to get Maradona in to the side netting. Trying to get the little Argentine in once more, but Jennings, who got his angles well covered, and the ball finishes in the side netting. Strachan. Magath. Felix Magath chasing after this one, looking to get it back to Pat Jennings, then changes his mind. Still very embittered, Magath, about being taken off in that World Cup final, and in fact was quoted in one German paper as saying he never really wanted to speak to Beckenbauer again. But here he is in Pasadena, and his manager for the day is Franz Beckenbauer. Now Amoros, the Frenchman. Stielike. Good play here. Amoros, this is some good stuff. And Rocheteau brought down right on the edge of the box. But apparently no foul. Maradona. Falcao's doing some great running for Maradona, making some tremendous forward runs, but nothing at the moment coming from them. Cabañas finding Jose Luis Brown, who's also talking about coming to Europe to play. In fact, could well be having talks with the French club Brest this week. But at the moment it's Maradona. Servín now. It should be Jennings. Magath. Getting it back, Felix Magath. Brown. Nunes. It's only 25, Nunes. George Nunes, but greying hair. Alemao. Josimar. Stielike really furious with the linesman for having given that throw, which will give you an instant idea of just how competitive this is out here. They were going to dispute the throw, and the referee, in point of fact, is having a word both with Lerby and with Stielike for protesting too much. So it may be an exhibition game, and it's for a really worthwhile charity, but I can tell you it's got a lot of meaning to it as well. Negrete with the shot, and a good one, and a great save by Jennings. A minimum of backlift there from the little Mexican. But such power. And Jennings, at the age of 41, showing that the reflexes were all in place. Maradona. Seemed impossible to get it back, but he made it. And in the end, it's big Terry Butcher who gets it away. Rossi on the chase. Negrete. In goes Strachan. Gets it back again. And a lovely ball by Strachan. Rossi's on his way. Eleanov's waiting in the middle. Low kick. Feels that the Italian had been shoved in the back as he neared that America's goal. Overruled by the American referee. Roberto Falcao. Nunes. Alemao. Maradona. Negrete. Cabañas. Falcao. Alemao again. This is Brown. Big Argentine centre-back. Josimar. Maradona. Being forced back there and being watched very closely by Felix Magath. Negrete. Heading again towards Cabañas. Jennings to the rescue again. Renquin. Strachan. And here's Alemao. Maradona. Lerby. Strachan. Stielike. All good sweepers, always ready for the opportunity of coming forward. Rossi beaten in the challenge by Nunes. Here's Negrete. Falcao. Cabañas, Falcao. Okay. Both the sides staying in the same hotel. You can imagine what an autograph hunter's paradise that's been. Sitting around the pool with Gordon Strachan the other day, and his radio blaring out with the music. Really must have a word with Ron about getting him to change the sort of music that he plays. But all good, relaxed stuff. And it was lovely to see players from all over the world really mixing and enjoying. And as Terry Butcher was saying, if only you could speak all the languages. There are so many things you want to say to them and so many things you want to hear. The referee, incidentally, speaks 5 languages, so he's in a better position than most of us. This is Renquin. Rossi. Stielike. Bit of space here for Amoros. Strachan's close at hand for him. Stielike too, but he was beaten on the turn there by Falcao. Alemao, Cabañas. Still no joy for Maradona. Amoros. Alemao. Maradona just tucking it out there, getting it back. And the little man, all 5'4", him on his way. Play on, said the referee, and it's with Negrete, playing it back again towards Maradona. Renquin. Sweeping it here for Amoros. Magath, the man who plays in contact lenses. Josimar. Alemao. And Falcao. Alemao on the charge now. Amoros has fallen. Stielike is covering well. Good defense there by him, but a chance for them to pick it up again with Josimar, and a good cross coming in. And what lovely skills there by Michel Renquin of Belgium, finding Strachan. Rocheteau. And he's given that away, and who should he give it away to but Diego Maradona? That was bad news. Alemao. Maradona desperately trying to get into the game. Deposited on this quite excellent pitch once again. Maradona, but Magath back to Jennings. UNICEF, the charity that's going to benefit by at least $250,000. 40 years old this year, formed in fact in 1946 by the United Nations International Children's Emergency Fund just after the war. Danny Kaye, of course, has always been their great ambassador, but the speeches and everything overran a little bit, and a celebration kickoff which he was going to make had to be cancelled. Maradona. Renquin. Beaten that time by Falcao. But Servín is there, looking to see if he can find Negrete, and the ball deflected away by Magath for the corner. Ten minutes to go, just over to half-time now, and the rest of the world leading 1-0 here in Pasadena against the Americas. The goal scorer, England's Terry Butcher. That's the referee. Here he comes again. There he goes again. The little cross comes in, and it was easy for Jennings. Moment of frustration there for Diego Maradona, but what beautiful little skills, twisting and turning, and certainly worth another look. First one way, then the other way, and then the little chip that was no problem for Big Pat. Brown to Alemao. Little dummy by Cabañas. Trying to get Negrete in. And the chip is away off the mark. Manuel Negrete scored that spectacular scissors kick for Mexico against Bulgaria in the World Cup in the Azteca. Nothing very spectacular about that. Insurance value of the players out there close to $50 million. Some real hot providers out there on a really hot early afternoon here in South California. $50 million. Renquin. Well, you wouldn't have thought that he'd had the nightmare journey across Europe and America that he's had in the last 24 hours. Maybe his club Standard Liège should try and do that a little more often for him. Really been in good form. As indeed the whole of the rest of Europe have. They've certainly quelled any fears that Maradona might cause a bit of havoc. As yet, the ball coming to Rossi, and the flag is up, and he'll have to come back. So on Lerby. Such a pity that Elkjaer couldn't play, the other Dane, but he's lost nearly half a stone, they say, with the virus since he came home from the World Cup in Mexico, and Juventus refused to allow Michael Laudrup to come here at all. This is Alemao. Good ball, played inside there for Maradona, fractionally offside. Good spirit on the field and a really lovely atmosphere in the crowd here. And it's so good to see so many American families, youngsters, mums and dads all here, as Magath takes it up again, finds Lerby. A little cross coming in again, but Negrete finding César, finding Josimar. And I wonder if I'm just alone saying how nice it is just for once not to have all the rather moronic chanting and singing that we sometimes get, or most times get, at our English games. Some of it's okay, some of it's a bit of a menace. There's none of it here. Negrete crossing in. Butcher's header once more. Jennings couldn't get there and took quite a tumble. Big Pat saying he's taken a little time to get himself motivated into this game. He thought he'd retired after the Brazil match in the World Cup for Northern Ireland and hasn't really touched a ball for 5 weeks. He's got 1 or 2 testimonial games still to play, he says. Well, he's doing his work well enough here, but here's a corner. It was Magath's header that got it away. As far as Nunes, the Paraguayan. Maradona's there. That could be trouble. Can Falcao finish it off? No. César's in there too. And that was charged down again by Magath, who looks full of running in this game. 31 years old. Here he comes once more. And a lovely ball that seeks out Rossi. And Pumpido coming 10 yards outside the box to get it away. And Butcher trying a Pele from the halfway line. That's falling well wide, but it was worth the gamble there by Terry Butcher because Pumpido was a good 10 to 12 yards outside his goal. I think we're going to get quite a few substitutions at half-time because I think the feeling is that having asked players to come across the world as they have, that both the managers, Carlos Bilardo, who took Argentina to the World Cup triumph, and Franz Beckenbauer, both feel that they have an obligation to give everybody a game. Alemao with the cross. Except that it comes off Lerby. And it's with Maradona. Butcher's header away. Rossi. I'll tell you some of those substitutes in a moment as well, so the quality won't be reduced, I can promise you. Rossi again. And a free kick to the rest of Europe, or to the rest of the world rather. There's people like Cruz of Mexico, and Kirati of Mexico, Romero of Paraguay still to come on. Caligiuri, who's the, I suppose, obligatory American who's playing. Herman of Switzerland. Chansun Park of South Korea. Timumi from Morocco. So there's plenty of quality still to come on, to say nothing of Dasayev, the Russian goalkeeper, who'll probably come on for Big Pat in the second half. Now, Lerby lining up this free kick with a left foot and a famous left foot, but it's too high. Always getting over that America's crossbar. It's Falcao. Nunes. Still 1-0 to the rest of the world. The goal scorer, Terry Butcher. And Maradona, as yet, hasn't really had a sight of goal. But he's there, and before the end of the afternoon, he will. But at the moment, it's big Julio César. Servín, little Mexican. Falcao. Josimar, from Brazil. Alemao, the other Brazilian's gone outside him. And the flag was up. Lerby, again cut out. Lerby's passing has not been quite all that it should have been in this game. This is Brown. Negrete. Maradona. Maradona again, taking it from Falcao. Butcher, flipping it away. Josimar. And Stielike. He's played really well at the back for the rest of the world. Magath. Amoros. In fact, it's been a good performance by the team in blue. Stielike. Strachan coming to this one, but it falls in the end for Negrete. Here come the Americas again, with about a minute and a half to go to half-time. Brown, as well as the French club Brest being interested in him, he also thinks that the West German First Division club Cologne are. Here's Nunes, crossed him again. Butcher getting it back, well under control there. To Pat Jennings. Belanov, I notice, is limping a little bit, the Russian striker. But at the moment it's with Strachan. Now Magath. Strachan, little dummy. Good sensible ball there played to Belanov, who's been limping just a little bit. Felix Magath. And Belanov once again turned the ball in for Rossi. Strachan's waiting in the middle, looking for a little pass there. Lerby with the shot. Still kick. Certainly the players, I think, have enjoyed themselves here. They've done the sights. They had a tour of the Universal Studios. So many films are made. They've Disneyland and had the obligatory tour of Beverly Hills. They've done the tourist bit here in Los Angeles, but they've got down to business today, and they've given us a sparkling first half where Pumpido was beaten with the goal after 15 minutes by Terry Butcher. The rest of the world leading the Americas then by 1-0. And after a break, we'll get a view from Ron Atkinson, Ian St. John with Jim Rosenthal, and we'll be back.
Public are going to suffer in this one. Right, well, as you can see, they've kicked off over there in the United States. Their particular way of covering this game has not done us too many favours, but let's go straight over to Brian Moore so we don't miss anything else. Off you go, Brian.
You're on the button, Jim. And just we see what Josimar does with this. Yes, they were going through a commercial, I think, for UNICEF, and missed the kickoff for 70 countries around the world. But nothing particularly happened while you were away. It's still 1-0 to the rest of the world. What I can tell you is that Pat Jennings is off now. Dasayev, the Russian goalkeeper, is on. So too is Cheng Sun Park of South Korea in the rest of the world side. And Heinz Hermann, the Swiss international, is on as well. Belanov, the Russian, is off. We thought he was injured just before half-time. And Renquin, I think, has gone as well. And on for the Americas is the Mexican Kirati. I'll tell you something about him in a moment that's quite interesting. Rossi now, finding Magath. And not finding Dominique Rocheteau. Yes, Kirati, the number 3, here he is on the ball at the moment, was telling me last night he desperately wants to come and play in England. He, at the moment, it's not for me to tout transfer business publicly like this, but I know, but he was saying that he's not going to sign a new contract with Guadalajara until he sees what sort of reception he gets around the European scene. And he said more than anything else, it would be his dream to come and play in Europe. He's a smashing personality. He speaks quite a lot of good English. And I think as anybody who studied the World Cup as a defender, he's not at all a bad player. That's Kirati, the number 3 in white. Showing he's a bit of a sportsman there as he helps the rest of the world player, Rocheteau, to his feet. It's Strachan at the moment now. Remember, the rest of the world in blue, attacking the goal to our right and leading by Terry Butcher's goal to 0. And one other change in the Americas side, they changed their goalkeeper. Pumpido is now gone, and Fernandez of Paraguay, tall beanpole of a man, he's in goal for them. But at the moment, Josimar making one of those traditional breaks of his down the right, the Brazilian. Cut out again by Stielike, who's had a really exceptional game, finding Soren Lerby. Lerby again. Stielike. Lerby. Rocheteau. Strachan's made a little break in there. That's easy for Fernandez. Tall lad who's a Paraguayan goalkeeper. Plays in Colombia at the moment. 31 years old. Butcher. Still very much in action there. Negrete finding Maradona. That's a free kick given away by Amoros, right on the edge of the box. It's certainly come out in their thousands to see this great Argentine player, even though some of them may not have known his name. A fellow who came as I came into the ground today, he said, "Is that number 10 Madonna playing?" I said, "Well, yes, Maradona is." And here he is about now to take this free kick, curling it, and Dasayev, fine goalkeeper, probably the best goalkeeper in the '82 World Cup, but didn't have a great deal of chance to shine in Mexico. This is Heinz Hermann, the Swiss, getting it back again, captain of the Swiss national side. Terry Butcher scored his goal with a header from Gordon Strachan's chipped free kick. Lerby, Rossi, Stielike, Heinz Hermann, Lerby again, a bit of space here for Strachan, and now lining up in the middle if Gordon Strachan can get his cross in. The second attempt. Kirati doing some good defensive work though for the Americas. Here's Falcao. Servín, Falcao got himself out of trouble well. Good break there. Maradona. Challenged by the South Korean Park. Changsun Park. Josimar. 5 minutes of the second half gone. Another game by Stielike. Here's Maradona. There's the ball played in for Negrete. The flag is up. Maradona puts it into the net, but it won't count. I don't think he's got an argument, but that won't stop him arguing. But let's see. He plays it to Negrete, and Negrete well offside. César, Maradona, put the bit between their teeth now. And tremendous bit of play there again by Terry Butcher. Stopping Julio César. Tells me he joins the French club Brest on August the 5th. Doesn't speak a word of French, but plans to learn it. Strachan, lovely ball, played for Dominique Rocheteau, the Frenchman. Played back for Magath, and here's Rocheteau again. The second half picking up just where the first half left off. Lerby looking to get it onto the left foot. Magath. Herman. Rocheteau. Oh, Fernandez saving well. Nice little turn, a little toe poke, and the keeper well behind it, and grabbing it at the second attempt. Maradona trying to play Nunes in. Butcher. Changsun Park. Strachan. Free kick. It's lovely to see little Gordon Strachan and the South Korean Changsun Park training together. They wanted to do a little bit of extra training at the end of their session yesterday, and they were doing it together. I'm not sure what language they were using, but proving again that football really does cross all barriers. Terry Butcher. And Butcher again. Falling nicely with a deflection to Felix Magath. Lerby switching it wide here. There's some lovely skills being exhibited here. Serving it looked a little bit like handball, but not given. Negrete. Nunes, the Paraguayan, to the Brazilian Josimar. Maradona. Nunes. Diego Maradona. Falcao. Negrete. Falcao. And somehow they stopped it. And Cabañas tried to turn it back. And it's a corner for the Americas. Falcao again, fully committed and fully involved. Turned it back. Stielike half stopping it. Cabañas trying to turn it back in, and Stielike conceding the corner. Dassaev, perfect judgment. Magath. Oh, this for a bit of pace. Looking to find Rossi, but Rossi was stationary, and Josimar came in and robbed him. Cabañas on his way, but Butcher's long legs, 6'4" of him. Perfect timing. And it will not be long before the rest of the world make another substitute. The Moroccan Timouni is warming up. It's Nunes at the moment for the Americas. Josimar. Maradona against the post, and nothing Dassaev could do about it. Well, it was a moment some 60,000 Americans had come to Pasadena to see. Maradona in the clear. They thought with the goal at his mercy. He gets it past the Russian keeper, but against the post. Jensen Park. Amoros, Jensen Park. Lerby. Rocheteau. Whether Magath can get there or not, I don't know, but he did. Herman. Lerby. Magath's header. Strachan playing it in. Falcao. Alemao. Cabañas. Josimar. All the way this time, maybe. And we know he's got a tremendous shot on him. Cabañas now. Falcao. Maradona lurking. A little left foot in action again. And in the end, Nunes squeezes it wide of the far post. And Roberto, Falcao, totally involved. Cheeky little chip that by Maradona. What skill that was. And Nunes caught a bit off balance. One-nil then. The rest of the world. Terry Butcher, the scorer, if you've just joined us, with 12 minutes or so of the second half gone. Here in Pasadena, in California, just outside Los Angeles. Jensen Park. And here's Paolo Rossi. Lerby. Onto that left foot again, and Fernandez down. Negrete now, the Mexican. Was it Ian or was it Ron saying at half-time it was a good thing that the Americas had fallen behind and have to chase the game, because that's just what they're doing. They're really putting everything into it now. It was a good point, and here's Falcao. Will Maradona get there? No. Heinz Hermann, the Swiss, very much in control. It's a lovely feeling about this game, and I hope you're enjoying it at home, as Lerby now takes it up. Into the path of Stielike. And now Felix Magath. Don't think Rossi will get to it. He does! Goals are few and far between for Paolo Rossi these days, but that was an absolute beauty. What a ball to him as well, but that was striking of the Rossi caliber of 1982, and the Italians have not seen much of that. Flick wide, and then Magath picks him out, and a walloping volley there past Fernandez, and 2-0. Maradona. Now they really got to chase it. Herman. In the meantime, Timoumi had come on in all the excitement. The Moroccan is on. Have to work out by process of elimination in a moment or two who's gone off. It certainly isn't Gordon Strachan. He's on the ball at the moment. Tremendous goal then by Paolo Rossi in this lovely setting in the Rose Bowl in Pasadena. Lerby, Magath. I think it's probably Dominique Rocheteau who's gone off. The Frenchman. Herman on the ball at the moment. America's shortly, I think, to bring on Romero, the Paraguayan. The place is still buzzing with that goal. It really was a fine goal there by Rossi. The old sharpshooter's instincts came back to him when most he wanted it. Been playing for Milan, and they, I think, in the end were quite happy to offload him, and he's now going to start a new career in the lovely city of Verona. But at the moment, well, he looked offside, I thought, with Nunes. Comes for Cabañas, and deflected away for the corner to the Americans. Just over a quarter of an hour gone. That's Dasayer, Rinat Dasayer, the man whose hero, he says, is the great Lev Yashin. And a substitution's being made. Nunes, in fact, is going to come off for the Americas. And Julio Romero, now playing at Fluminense in Brazil. He's also had 4 seasons with the New York Cosmos, so he knows the American scene pretty well. It's Julio Romero who is on. Played against England, of course, in the last World Cup in Mexico City. Stielike again. Rossi inside his own half, so he couldn't be offside. Looking to find Timoumi, the Moroccan. He wants to take the corner. And you see Mohamed Timoumi. You remember the lowest point, really, of England's World Cup quest when they drew 0-0 with Morocco, and Timoumi was one of the men who inspired the Moroccans that day. But after that, things got so much better for Bobby Robson and his men. Maradona very quickly challenged there by Felix.
Well, our apologies for that. We seem to have lost contact with Brian Moore over there in Pasadena, but we got Peter Brackley standing by here in London, and he will guide you through the game until we re-establish contact with Brian. Peter.
And the man in possession was Diego Maradona. Away now comes Herman, the Swiss international for the rest of the world. There, in fact, to plays his club football for Rocheteau in Switzerland alongside Don Gibbons, a player you may remember from his stays with Queen's Park Rangers. And there's Rossi, man who scored the second goal for the rest of the world, and how well they've played here. This match in Pasadena, which has provided plenty of entertainment for the crowd. Down goes Paolo Rossi. And there's Franz Beckenbauer watching from the sidelines. At the moment, his side in command of this game. I think he'll be pretty satisfied with the way that they've played. As the crowd wait for some inspiration from Diego Maradona. Very much the star, of course, of the World Cup finals in Mexico. And he's shown in this game so often that spark of talent that he has. There he is now, exchanging passes with Alemao. It's away for the corner of Stielike. Certainly the two sides maintaining the pace. I was saying it's a warm and sunny day in South California. Negrete with the corner. Maradona Negrete away by Herman. One of the substitutes in the second half for the Rest of the World side. Negrete of Mexico. You may remember that magnificent goal that Negrete scored against Bulgaria in the finals. Isaev keeping goal in the second half, with Pat Jennings having bowed out of international football. 119 international appearances for Northern Ireland. Pat Jennings, but now out of the world scene. Here's Magath. He's played well. Stielike again taking the opportunity to come forward. And the shot not too far wide of that far post. Guided by Roberto Fernandez. Paraguay. One of the second half in place of Pumpido. Herman again in with the challenge. Tabumi. Such a gifted player. Always looks so comfortable in possession, Tabumi. It's Rossi. Magath. Hanson Park. The captain of South Korea. I'm sure he's relishing this occasion. As here now is Lerby with the cross. Just too long then for Paolo Rossi. Lerby, who, as Brian was saying earlier on, is moving now to Monaco. Having had such a distinguished career with Ajax and Bayern Munich. He was in double winning sides in both those clubs. Cabañas. Trying to find Maradona, who has the strength and the power to find that sort of situation. Messiah twisting away. My word, there have been some those things in that penalty area, particularly in the second half. It's been a really open game. Julio César. Although 2-0 down, the Americans feel this game is far from beyond them at the moment. Maradona. Trying to find Falcao. And there's Terry Butcher, who's had a sturdy game at the back. And of course, scored the opening goal for the Rest of the World side. Gordon Strachan. Magath, good touch. Running here by Rossi. Hanson Park getting in. Away come the America side with Negrete. Now for Maradona. And he produced a moment of genius, as we saw so often from him in the Mexico World Cup finals. Including, of course, the memorable second goal against England. And as someone who was fortunate enough to be in Mexico for those finals, you can say what a privilege it was just to be in the stadium when Diego Maradona was playing. Lerby. Socks characteristically around his ankles. Strachan. This is Herman. Cut out there by Falcao, who didn't really feature for Brazil in Mexico. He just came on a couple of times as substitute and didn't actually start a game. Maradona. Off goes Negrete. Supported here by Josimar. Tackles from Amoros. Negrete. Alemao to Josimar. Here's Maradona. And again, the Rest of the World side defending well, and they defended with much obstinacy and determination throughout this game. Gordon Strachan. Certainly one of Scotland's successes in Mexico. There was a team, they disappointingly, of course, went out at the end of the first phase. Here's Strachan now, always so busy. A half-hearted appeal, at least for a corner. Strachan's challenge. And down he goes. Feeling shown then by Strachan. Indeed, obviously won the corner. And it fell kindly then for Fernandez. Away goes Maradona. Negrete. Maradona bursting through. A little shove of Magath. He's got a few tricks up his sleeve as Maradona, as well as being a player of exceptional talent. There you see the push, and down goes Magath. Timumi. Johnson Park. Which was the last man. The shot goes wide from Cabañas of Paraguay. The shot, I think, covered anyway by Desaev. The feeling is that Josimar of Brazil is coming off and the American player Caligiuri is coming on. There he is, number 4. Sounds like a good reception for him from this Californian crowd. Paul Caligiuri. As they say, they're a centre fullback. Not sure what they mean by that. We'll put him down as a centre back and we'll probably play fullback. Here's Strachan. Now then for Herman. Easy enough to identify with those flowing locks. And here's Timumi. That favoured left foot. Now then for Lerby. Chance opened up for him. Here's Herman. Now Strachan, can he get across in from here? There by Servín. The Mexican weaving his way out of trouble. Maradona. Still the Americas 2 goals down. Cabañas. Picking out Falcao. Maradona, Falcao. Desaev back on his line. Maradona couldn't get through, and Stielike showing all his composure. Timumi. Now then to Strachan. This is Magath. Tackle was from Terry Butcher initially, and then the free kick given away for the foul on Cabañas. I'm not quite sure what happened there. Your guess is as good as mine. Remember, I'm watching here from the monitor in London while we try to recover Brian Moore's commentary. So the tables are turned. Once or twice Brian had to stand in for me when I was out in Mexico and you couldn't hear me. Now it's the other way around. Timumi, he certainly made a name for himself on that Moroccan side. Which surprised a lot of people, though not, I would think, themselves, by getting through to the second phase and eventually going out to West Germany. Here's Lerby of Denmark to Magath of West Germany. Now Stielike, to whom he couldn't quite reach it. And away come the Americans again. Falcao. This is Servín. Alemao of Brazil, and here's Maradona. There's danger here, and away from Amoros for the corner. As Diego Maradona threatened once again. So as we wait for the corner, I gather we've now got Brian Moore's commentary back again, so we'll rejoin him in Pasadena.
You can see it's a corner for the Americas. What you can't see is we've got a brilliant Mexican-type wave, which I think originated in America in any case, going right round this bowl in Pasadena. Great atmosphere, and the rest of the world still leading by 2-0. Falcao playing it on to Alemao, just wide of Dasayev's goal. Alemao, the 25-year-old Brazilian, really has been a splendid afternoon of good exhibition football with a lot of commitment to it. And he gave that away, did Herman, and Romero couldn't quite take advantage of it and should have done. And here's Strachan trying to get the ball forward. But all the time now, the Americas are looking that much more impressive. Caligiuri finding Romero, but Dasayev looking just as good in this second half as Pat Jennings did in the first. The goals, they remind you, from Terry Butcher from England in the first half, and Paolo Rossi from Italy in the second half for the rest of the world. Lerby couldn't quite get to Rossi. And César gets it to Caligiuri, and here's Maradona. Stielike trying to hold him at bay, and Butcher was where he needed to be. So Maradona's efforts come to nothing again. Nice to bit of interplay, finding the ball eventually getting through to Magath. Good atmosphere here now, and that was clearly offside against Chang Sen Park. Captain of South Korea. Scored a splendid goal against Argentina in the World Cup, 31 years old. Now Falcao. Caligiuri. Still an amateur, college boy. But the Americans were pleased to see him in the side. He's battling away there. And did very well and found Maradona. The little chip coming in. Cabañas tried to get there. Dasayev tried to get there. And forced home by Cabañas. The rest of the world are complaining about the goal. It certainly looked to me as though it was Cabañas who finally forced the ball home and has really given us the last 10 minutes here in Pasadena. Cabañas in there with a header. It'll come back now to him, and indeed it was Cabañas, the number 7, who forced it home and makes it 2-1. Fernandez goes down. Quick throw out. And now the heat can be on for the rest of the world as Negrete takes it up to the Americas. Falcao. Alemao. Maradona. It's the big stage awaiting him. It's Alemao at the moment. That was a poor ball though. Amoros. Straight to Maradona. Lerby. Little under 10 minutes remaining now. And a lot to play for. Dasayev. Herman, big captain of the Swiss national side, married in fact to a former Miss Switzerland who he's got with him here in Los Angeles. Here he is again. Strachan. Timumi trying to get Strachan in and might have succeeded except for Kirati's timely challenge. Gordon Strachan. But the American crowd are really warm to this game now as Strachan tries to wriggle his way through and Kirati makes a good challenge, the man who wants to come and play in England. Herman, Timumi, Strachan, Chensu Park, but Kirati's header, not a lot of distance on it, and a goal kick to the Americans. To be taken by Big Fernandez. Caligiuri, Alemao. Big stadium clock says about 7 minutes to go. Servín to Maradona. Can he yet be the saviour for the Americas? Chensun Park to Strachan, to Stielike. Haven't been many mistakes by him in this hot afternoon in Pasadena. Looks as though there was one in the offing there, but he recovered well enough. And Butcher, nearly a bad mistake. Almost gave Cabañas the chance and certainly meant a brave piece of keeping by the tall Russian, Rinat Dasayev. Funny old ball this for Terry to give because he must have had the white-shirted player very much in his line of vision, Cabañas. Remember, if it does get to 2-2, we get all the excitement then of a penalty shootout. Cabañas then for the Americas, Butcher and Rossi for the rest of the world. Timumi, the deflection, coming to Chensun Park. Timumi. Magath. Lerby. Amoros. Rossi. Bit of space here for Strachan. What can he set up? Something for himself, maybe. No, he showed far too much of it. This is Servín, and here's Maradona. Servín again. Cabañas, who scored the first goal for the Americas. Falcao, sweeping forward again, the Americas. Maradona. Romero. Falcao was in there. Alemao surely offside, but the flank stayed down, and it was a good last-ditch bit of work there by Dasayev. Certainly looked offside, though. And now corner. The clock says 4.5 minutes left. The Americans in white are a goal down. Maradona with the corner. It should be Dasayev. It was emergency action, but he was fouled, the Russian goalkeeper, and it'll be a free kick. In with the free kick. A throw to the Americas. Clock saying just over 3.5 minutes. Garati, the Mexican defender, with it. César, Alemao, very nearly in for an equalizing goal a moment ago. Caligiuri, the young college boy from America, plays in San Diego. And it should be Dasayev, a funny old punch though, and that's much more orthodox and much more effective. Magath. A little touch there for the South Korean Park, but they lose out again. And here's Maradona. You always have the feeling that the stage is waiting there for him to fill it. Cabañas, pushed out, and it's there! And it looks as though we might have penalties. And the stage truly was waiting for Maradona. 2-2. Could only push it out, and the little man was lurking, and the chance was too good to miss. Inside 2 minutes. Powerful shot by Cabañas, and the left foot made no mistake. Timumi. And now Timumi, Rossi offside. So I know it must be with so many things to do that you maybe would want to get to bed, but I suggest you just hang on and have a look at the penalties to see what drama they can bring. That is, of course, unless in the 50-odd seconds that remain, the Americans don't snatch a winner. And Servín plays it wide. Maradona plays it in. Romero's in there too, and Herman gets it away. It's a corner for the Americas, and Maradona wants to take it quickly. What a splendid game this has been. Maradona crossing it in. Timumi back to the Russian goalkeeper, Dasayev. Magath. The final whistle, and we're due for penalties. We take a short break, and after it we'll see who can win this FIFA UNICEF game. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Pasadena. There's the slow motion there, the freeze frame of Maradona having scored that goal right at the end, which brings it back to 2-2 and means now that we are faced with another penalty shootout. Very much to the liking of the American crowd. 57,000 of them here in the Rose Bowl in Pasadena on this beautiful afternoon in South California. Well, Maradona's goal right at the end has made sure that we get some extra drama on an afternoon that's really been full of all the sparkling skills of football and all the professional commitment that you'd expect to go with it. What a sight that is. It's a famous old stadium built in the 1920s that holds over 106,000, and they use it for some of the major American football games and, as they say here, anything that makes money. Well, the American referee David Socha now sorting out and deciding that the penalty will be taken into the right-hand goal, and with big Fernandez already in that goal, Roberto Fernandez, it looks as though indeed it's going to be Paolo Rossi who takes the first goal for the rest of the world, or the first penalty shot for the rest of the world rather. What a splendid goal Rossi scored. And now for his own side and for his own honour and pride, he'll want to do it again. Rossi then for the rest of the world. 1-0. Now means that Dasayev goes in. Looks like little Negrete coming forward. The Mexican to take it. Big smile from the Italian, Paolo Rossi. That's his job done. And every reason to look back on a successful afternoon here. So let's see what Negrete can do. Against Dasayev. Saved by the Russian. Lerby comes next. And Fernandez goes into the goal. The big Paraguayan who plays his football in Colombia and has done something about his future. He's just bought a big farm in Paraguay with 2,000 head of cattle. As we see Dasayev saving here. Now, Lerby against Fernandez. Well, that's the second one. 2-0 then for the rest of the world. Falcao coming forward now for the Americas. Against Dasayev, who's already had one success against Negrete. So Falcao, and he scores. So 2-1 then, the rest of the world lead. Up to 5 penalties, remember. And if it's still level then, it becomes sudden death. Like Amoros coming forward. The French fullback. Fernandez in his goal again. A little dummy, and not a very good penalty. And Amoros, his shot is saved by the big Paraguayan, taken softly, and saved quite comfortably. Still no sign of Maradona coming forward for the Americas. Maybe they're saving him up. It's Alemao coming forward next. And the rest of the world looking for Dasayev to do his stuff again. And that's in there too. So, after 3 penalties for each side, the score is 2-2. Alemao does his stuff. Strachan is coming forward next. So now we have a bit of British interest. Well, I think one will agree the little man's a good penalty taker. He's had a bit of mixed success from time to time with Manchester United, but basically he always seems to be in the right frame of mind for this sort of job. Not one to shirk it. And now Gordon Strachan against Fernandez. Sent him completely the wrong way, falls to his knees. And the rest of the world go 3-2 up. The drama now building, and still no sign of Maradona. There, waits.
The next kicker is from Paraguay, number 7, Roberto.
Scores and makes it 3-3. So Cabañas, who scored the first important goal in the 90 minutes. Now with 4 penalties taken, stays 3-3, and we're down to the really crucial ones now. And we come to Changsun Park from South Korea, 31-year-old, a lot of experience, but maybe not many moments like this. And it's saved by Fernandez. Enter Diego Maradona. As the South Korean shot is saved, it means if Maradona can score this one, well, then it means that the Americas have won. Here he goes. And it's victory for the Americas. An amazing comeback is complete. And this magnificent world stage that was waiting all afternoon for Maradona, well, he satisfies everyone with that goal right at the end of 90 minutes. And as though the script had been written for him, he takes that last, final and vital penalty and gives the victory for the Americas. 2-2 after 90 minutes. The Americas win on penalty. I hope you've enjoyed very much this spectacle that's come to you from Pasadena outside Los Angeles. From us all